What's going on, guys? It's Gizmodic here, and this is the review of the Nvidia GTX 980Ti. So the GTX 980Ti is based on the GTX Titan X, which is currently the fastest GPU of the GeForce lineup. While in the GTX 980Ti, Nvidia has made a few specs lower as compared to the Titan X, it is $350 cheaper compared to its bigger brother, and it might be a more value for money card than the Titan X. The variant that I am reviewing today is the stock reference design 980Ti from Nvidia. As you can see, the design is very similar to the other Nvidia reference cards with a silver color scheme, black accents, and a single fan cooling the whole GPU. The card is fairly long and thick, and it is of similar dimensions as compared to my Zotac GTX 780. The single fan does an okay job in cooling the card, and under max overclock and max load, the card reached a maximum of around 84 degrees Celsius, but I think that the aftermarket cards from other manufacturers will have a better thermal performance. The side of the GPU has this nice green colored GeForce GTX logo which lights up in green color. While it looks quite nice, I wish that Nvidia had added support for an RGB color scheme instead of just the green light. This card does require a 6-pin and an 8-pin power connector, and it has a maximum TDP of about 250 watts. The back of the card shows all the circuitry, and we don't have any backplate like we have seen on other cards from Asus and Gigabyte. We do have a PCI 3 slot and the SLI connector at the usual places, and in terms of outputs, we have 3 DisplayPort connectors, 1 HDMI port, and a DVI port. Overall, the design of the card, as I said, is like any other Nvidia reference card. While it's good and simplistic, I do think that Nvidia should refresh the reference design in the next iteration of their GPUs. Now let us jump into the performance side of this GPU. The GTX 980Ti is based on the Maxwell architecture and has the same number of CUDA cores, same amount of memory bus, speed and bandwidth as the Titan X, but it has less texture units and has 6 GB of VRAM instead of 12 GB, which is still enough for gaming. The GTX 980Ti comes with a boost clock of 1075 MHz out of the box, but I could overclock it to 1330 MHz, which is quite a lot. I did overclock the memory a little too, and now I'm running all the benchmark results on the screen, with some comparisons with the GTX 970, the GTX 960 SLI, and my GTX 780 setup, so that you guys can have a relative idea of how the card performs. After my testing, I personally feel that the 980Ti is more geared towards 2K or rather 4K gaming. So if you are planning to game on 1080p, the 970 or even the 960 should suffice. The GTX 970, which I reviewed a few months back, is a more bang for the buck card when it comes to gaming because it can perform very well at 1080p and even 1440p. But if you are planning for a surround gaming setup with 3 monitors, or you need the best that's available, then the GTX 980Ti is a complete boss. In fact, if you want a GPU just for gaming, it makes much more sense to get the 980Ti instead of the Titan X and save those $350 for some better components. So overall, for $650, the GTX 980Ti is a very good card. So if you are thinking of buying one for your ultimate gaming PC, then go ahead and join the PC Master race. I hope you guys liked my review of the GTX 980Ti. Show your support by liking and sharing this video. You can also comment your feedback about this review, and do let me know if you'd like to see any other GPUs reviewed on this channel. Please subscribe for more reviews. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.